Now let's talk more about boxes in CSS. So in the last lecture, I explained how a paragraph is a container just like a div, and the same as an image and several other elements. So this is how boxes work, or containers, same thing, work in CSS. So you have your width and your height, your width and your height, and then you have your padding, and then your border, and then your margin. So if you've ever seen any CSS, you might have seen padding and margin. I tend to see a lot of people get padding and margin mixed up, and they don't know which one is which. So the padding is inside, it's inside the picture, like inside the frame, and the margin is on the outside. And we're going to do an example to help solidify this concept. So first we're just going to make a div. And we're going to give it a class of example box. So let's make a CSS class. Let's give it a width 200 pixels. Let's give it a height of 300 pixels. Let's give it a background color of red so we can see it. Oops. There we go. And so we can see the border. So we can see the border. Let's give it a border of 1 pixel black. Oh, I forgot solid. Okay. There. It's not really that big, so let's make it bigger so you can see it. There you go. Okay. So then now I would like to get this over into the center. So let's play with the margin a little bit because we know the margin is on the outside of the frame or the box. So let's say margin left, because this is the margin left, is 100 pixels. Good, see, it moved it over for us. So let me I want to get that in the middle of the frame. So let's do 50%. Oops, that's a little too much. We have to take in consideration the size of the box. So let's do 40. There we go. Now, I also want this down in the middle of the screen. So let's do margin top equals 40. That's a little too far, so again we have to take into consideration the length of the box. So let's do 30. 35. Oops, that's the wrong way. 25. There we go. That's pretty close. So now let's play with the padding so you can see what it looks like. So I'm going to say padding 10 pixels. And it's going to, see what that does, it's going to give it 10 pixels on the top, right, bottom, and left. Let's make that 100 pixels. See what's happening though, it's not going, the reason why it's not growing in all directions is because I have the margin left 40%. So that should give you a better understanding of how boxes and especially padding and margins work in CSS. And in the next video, we're going to go over floating our boxes.